Lifers, welcome back to Life Honestly. I'm Nana. Let's talk. So, today, as you can probably see, I have dimmed the lights a bit, and that is to kind of suit the mood of this episode. So, today we're going to talk about loneliness, what it means to be lonely, and how we can get ourselves out of that feeling. So, I wanted to begin with the differences of feeling alone and lonely, or being or feeling alone and loneliness. So, being alone or feeling like you're all alone. For example, today I was home alone, kids were out, and it was super great for me. I like my alone time because it gives me time to decompress. I have silence, I have peace and quiet, and that's what I find I need to get a little bit more refreshed. So I enjoy being alone. On the other hand, there's the idea of loneliness, where you could be in a big group of people and still feel alone and lonely. So, for example, you could be in a big group of friends. Nobody's paying attention to you, nobody's listening, um, or within your family unit, same thing. You don't feel like you're being heard, like you're being seen. Um, that you're just disconnected from the group. That could create a strong sense of loneliness in somebody. So, within relationships, more specifically, um, like I said, with friends, with family, and with romantic relationships as well, you can definitely feel lonely within those settings. For example, in a romantic relationship, if you're not feeling like you're being heard, um, like you're being seen, like you're really understood, and communication is terrible, um, you'll you'll you may get to a point where you just feel lonely in that situation. Your partner's there, but they're not really there. So that is pretty difficult to deal with. Um, and really takes a hold of your mental health because they're there, but they're not there, if you know what I mean. So at this point, I've got a question for you all. Have any of you ever felt lonely um, when you actually weren't alone? And in what circumstances was that? As always, you don't have to get into the nitty gritty details, but it would be interesting to see what kind of settings and situations that you guys have been in that you may have felt lonely. So, some ideas of how people may deal with their loneliness. Um, these days, the big thing is the internet. And what's on the internet? Social media. So people will go onto these various apps or websites and find groups in which they can relate and others can relate to them. So in that situation, you feel like people finally understand you. There's people there that you can talk to. Communication's good. You feel seen. Yeah, and you're in like an actual group of people who are all enjoying or talking about the same sort of stuff. And it's kind of the same as if you went in real life to like a meetup type thing. So, um, people who like to play board games or join a sports league or something like that, um, it'll create more of a community if you are feeling really lonely. Or if you are alone and want to join some group activities or group things that you can discuss and be with others. Now, online, you're not necessarily with others, but definitely meetup groups for hiking and all that good stuff would definitely be a way to get yourself out of that feeling. Yeah, so I don't want to get too much further into the nitty gritty, but a couple of questions for you guys. So, when was the last time that you felt truly understood by somebody? Like, really understood? And the second question, do you think that others really understand you and the version of you that you are, your very being at this moment? Or do you hide that to put on a brave face for others? For me, I used to put on a face and I'd hide who I am because as I discussed in previous videos, um, I was just there to make others happy. So I didn't truly know who I really was. And that was hard and gave me, I think, a sense of loneliness in that way. Um, Also, with my family, um, it was really hard because I've always kind of felt like I was the outsider. I've got three siblings and my parents. So it was a household of six. And yeah, I just always felt like I was the one doing things wrong or not going with the flow. I don't really know how to say it. But yeah, and that I was the black sheep, and family members, the majority of them, sided with somebody else at a very pivotal point in my life, which was difficult. And going through that, I absolutely felt a sense of loneliness. Yeah, loneliness was one of the many feelings I was feeling at the time. So, yeah, that's all I have on this topic. So, for all the questions that I've asked, if you want to put responses in the comment section, I will be sure to respond. And yeah, please subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on that notification bell so that you keep up to date on all the upcoming videos that are put out. And on that note, this is Life Honestly. We'll see you on the next one.